let's get on, shall we? So, I am going to go through, luckily, our brand entertainment partners because I absolutely love them. So, we are going to talk to you this morning about some incredible partnerships that what I truly believe is that these partnerships give our guests something different that they would not get on a land-based holiday. So, I'm going to have to get you into talking about my first one. I'm a Gary Barlow fan, as we've just established. Gary Barlow. So he is on board with us as our music director of the 710 Club. And we have him, the 710 Club, on Iona and Arvia. And this is just the most fantastic, low-lit, atmospheric club. They've got a fantastic band in there that Gary has handpicked himself, and they play amazing sets, everything from rock tunes to ballads to rock and pop. It's a brilliant thing that he has put together, and this bar and venue is incredible, and guests absolutely love getting on board. But he didn't just come on board and help us handpick the talent. He has designed everything from the atmosphere on board to the low lights to the cocktails on board, and he really does bring his personality to that place. So what an incredible partnership for us. He's wowed our guests on some incredible performances on board as well, and guest feedback on it is absolutely incredible. And a few of you are saying the 710 is so good, and Julie Hunt, it was your favourite venue on the ship. It absolutely was mine. So let's go to Geraldine. Let's see if we can test our connection one more time. Geraldine, are you there? Tell us about this partnership with Gary Barlow.
Fingers crossed, third time lucky. I'm here. Fingers crossed that stays. So Gary Barlow. So we really wanted to sign a new entertainment partner, and someone that was really world class, could really raise some of our credentials. And on the 710, as you said, he's the music director of our 710 Club. He was really passionate about music and travel. He had cruised in the past as well, so he was already interested in cruise holidays. And he not only worked with us around the music and the development and the whole style, the most intimate music venue on the ship. He also came to the shipyard. He worked on the design. As you mentioned, a cocktail, he's a big fan of Negronis. So he developed the Negroni. He enjoyed that tasting with us. And you've got the Negronis that are served in the 710 Club on board. And then he also, when he performed on Arvia and Iona doing his own shows in the theatre, he was also at the back of the 710 Club listening to the band with his band, which was a nice moment earlier in the year as well. So he was loving it. And I remember the first time he stepped on board the ship on Iona, actually, and just saw the actual venue for the first time in the flesh, as it were, after seeing all the designs. And he absolutely loved it. So, yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure working with him, and lots more to come in 2024 around some of that new talent and around some of the travelling as well, and working with us on that.
Love it. And not only is he on board, then we were just talking in our last presentation about the greatest days. And I said I went to see the show in London and it was just absolutely incredible. So I was so delighted when we took the adaptation on board our ship. And I was that 15-year-old girl in 1993 with that bedroom, with my Take That posters, and you know, the story is just so heartwarming, isn't it? You know, Tim Firth has done an incredible job with that adaptation. But how did it come across that we managed to get this on board our ship? Because it's exclusive to Iona and Arvia, isn't it?
Yes, and it's a fantastic, as you say, it's a fantastic musical, and something it really came originally from, we wanted to deliver something, we really always want to deliver variety in everything that we're doing, and particularly in the entertainments and the different production shows that we do. So this was something to do a chance to do something completely different. We obviously have the relationship with Gary already, and then with Take That, there was the opportunity that came up for us to then be able to adapt this exclusively for our ships and work with Tim Linford, who is amazing, sort of Olivier Award winning. So we brought this on board. We also really utilise our headliners cast, our headliners theatre company cast, which are amazing, talented people and could really deliver this proposition for us. We had Take That also come down to the rehearsals at the Academy in Southampton, where all our cast train for all the production shows before they go on board. And were really supportive, loved what the cast were doing and how they're performing. And then we also had the premiere on board, which Gary was supporting as well. And then we went on to also sponsor the premiere of the film this summer, the premiere in Leicester Square. So for us, it was a very authentic move on from our Gary relationship to then take that relationship with the musical. A brilliant production. It's quite emotional. This one, there's highs and lows throughout. So again, it's very different to some of our, our other shows, and we could sort of see it all the way through, and then to see the film as well was amazing. So so that's how it came about, really, and guests are loving it on board.
It's very nostalgic for me listening to those songs, and songs always take you back to that moment in your life, don't they? And being that teenage girl listening to that song with the Greatest Days showing, it is a really nostalgic feeling. And I know lots of you lovely travel agents that have seen this on board have really enjoyed it. I think a few got a preview at Clear, so what a phenomenal showing. But the showstoppers don't just stop there, do they? We continue to evolve with our entertainment partners, because I could not believe my ears when we announced the godmother of Avia as Nicole Scherzinger. But not only is she godmother, what I think is really cool is a show that I'm hoping you're going to tell us about in a second, that they developed on board, knowing that Avia's naming was such a spectacular party. How do we recreate that guests can get involved on their cruise? So can you tell us a little bit about, in terms of her being an entertainment partner, what she's going to do with us going forward?
Yeah, so it was fantastic to have Nicole Scherzinger working with us. A bit of a surprise to some as godmother, and again, sort of, a chance for us to sort of bring a very, very talented musician and performer to work with the brand. So we wanted to create, to your point, there was such a party in the Sky Dome on Avia naming, and we wanted to recreate that party and do something new in our Sky Dome on Avia and Iona. So this is a completely different experience. It's not a performance as such. It's not an event. It's an immersive experience. Guests will turn up and not really know quite what they're going to expect. The name of the show is Shh. So you'll hear that around. And the word will spread around the ship that something is going to be going on in the evening. And it will last 3 hours in total. You can go for 5-10 minutes. You can go for the full 3 hours. It will be a mix of DJ, amazing hits, aerialists, dancers, immersion, interaction. So lots of opportunities to enjoy something a bit different. There'll also be a cocktail involved, so that will be exclusive for the show. So a really different entertainment concept, and something, again, that Nicole has worked very closely, and it's absolutely her vision with our entertainments team that's brought it to life. So completely different for us.
Oh, I can't wait. And I love our Sky Dome. What an incredible concept. And I know the Sky Dome came out of the feeling of bringing that outside in, making the sea the star. And I just think, imagine being in the Norwegian fjords in that Sky Dome where, the sun doesn't set, and having a good old party under under the night sky that's still light. I think it's going to be fantastic.
The amazing nightclub at sea, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. So talking of other entertainment, we do have a good partnership, and no one maybe even knows this, with Stephen Mulhern and Jonathan Wilkes. And I still absolutely love Astonishing. I know we launched it in 2018, but still an incredible show. I still wonder how Stephen Mulhern does the magic trick that he does, where guests get involved with audience participation. But you've met both of these guys, haven't you? Tell us about the partnership with Jonathan and with Stephen Mulhern.
Yeah, so as you said, Seth, the partnership has been for a number of years now with both of them. I mean, they just bring incredible expertise and credibility as well. I mean, Stephen is amazing at Illusion, and what he can bring as a show is completely new experience to the other production shows that we have. Stephen, particularly, great vision, illusion. The Astonishing Show is very interactive with the audience. Uses our headliners cast in a very different way. So they sort of perform in a different way as well. And yes, just brings together the variety. We know Illusion is still so popular with our guests, and so they want that variety alongside the production shows. And then Johnny is someone we've worked with as well for a number of years on production areas, and then the new show festival as well, which you've got on here for XL Class Ships. And again, we wanted to bring to life that festival feeling. It's the tents, it's the mud, it's the hits, it's the wellies, there's the wellies in the toilet.
That's my favourite bit. That's my favourite bit, dancing in the wellies in the toilets.
And again, a very sort of contemporary show, very different. So even though it's harking back, it feels contemporary with how it's sort of performed and comes across on board. So so Johnny, we've worked with on multiple things, and then this is the sort of latest. And we'll, look forward to working with them on new ideas in the future as well. So two fantastic partners of ours.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. Our shows, I always say when I go on holiday, I sit there for the 45 minutes and I'm transported. Our Headliners Theatre Company just do such an incredible job that I just forget about everything for 45 minutes and immerse myself in these shows. And a lot of you are saying, Claire Marsh, you love festival. Astonishing. It's just that. These shows just give you that escapism, and that is what we all go on holiday for, isn't it? To go and have an escape from the daily grind. And what an incredible partnership to bring some brilliant shows to our guests.
Yes, that Astonishing, that trick at the end, I still don't know how he does it. That you get into that, you sort of, anyone who's been to it, they'll know that you take part in. But always.
Yeah, seen it so many times, and I still go, how has that happened? But you know what? I was talking in one of our sessions yesterday, Geraldine, about multi-generational fun, and that is what our cruises can offer. And I think there's nothing more true multi-generational than our partnership with Aardman, because children and adults alike can get involved and really like, what they see on board.
Yes, absolutely. So Aardman was very much, for our family proposition, we wanted to have a partner on board that was really in keeping with our values, and to your point, could appeal across kids and adults and families. And Wallace and Gromit are just such an iconic, and Shaun the Sheep that you're seeing brought to life.
Oh no, he's not there. Sorry, I peaked too early.
He's brought to life across the ship in plenty of ways. So this has been a partnership for a few years. We've evolved it sort of year on year. We have activities in the reef, so there's the children's side of things. We do have activities around the ship as well. And it's interesting around the Clay Station workshop and some of that on board. We've seen a lot of adults signing up for that and coming along as well as children. So that is appealing to multiple ages. I think, the whole craft and making something, as well as the appeal of Aardman as a partner, has really made that appeal. You can also play hide and sheep with Shaun the Sheep around the ship as well. So again, just a really engaging, a really credible partnership for us in this area, and one that we know our guests are really enjoying, and we'll keep evolving how our partnerships experiences come to life on board.
Love it. And I do think the show that they have on board, that welcome on board party, yes, it goes wild, doesn't it? It's really good. Everybody was really enjoying it when I was on board.
Yeah, it's a noisy one. Yeah,
it's a noisy one for sure. But the entertainment partner that we have got joining us later today, who's excited? Let me see those reactions. If you are excited, make sure you're coming along for our quiz to test all of this knowledge at 4 p.m. Look at those love hearts that Geraldine, it goes wild. You're going to come along, test all your knowledge with Ben. But what a cool concept. So we've got a quiz show on board our ships with Ben. How did that come about?
Yes. So what we wanted to do was really develop some of our daytime activities, and he is the king of daytime quiz shows and also presenting. And so this was a new quiz show that we wanted to develop with him, and it's a really again an interactive show. We obviously have guests on stage, and sort of interactive game show, and then we've got the interaction with the sort of audience. It's really engaging, fantastic engagement with our entertainment managers as well, and it's gone down a storm in the daytime. So yeah, and he is just a great partner for us, a good fit for us, very appealing to our guests and to our audiences, and has really added to our daytime entertainment program.
And it's brilliant. You get the teams, they battle it out, and then whoever gets through can try and beat Ben. And I think, don't we give away badges like you can beat Ben? I beat Ben.
Yes, and you get a badge too. And I have seen people show those off with pride around the ship as well. So yes, that's there is a badge at the end.
100%. I love it. So he'll tell us a lot more about that, I'm sure, this afternoon. So in your diary, 4 p.m, please do join us.
Experience it with yourselves. Yeah, you'll get the full experience.
We'll get the full experience. I'm so excited. So with entertainment, we've just absolutely got it covered, don't we? But we cannot forget about the destinations that we visit, and what an incredible partnership we've got with probably the destination experts, right? Yes. In terms of time out. So tell us about the exclusive shore experience that we've got with Time Out.
Yeah, so this is a fantastic partnership for us. We wanted to partner with someone who had the real credibility around destinations, around travel, can help us also reach new audiences and bring something different to us as a brand as well. And we actually signed with Time Out a year ago now. So it was last December that we started the partnership, and then launched it really properly this year. We've done a combination of different content. It's the live like a local idea. So that's the premise of what we do and work together on. So that includes guides, that includes endorsements, but it also includes an exclusive Shorex, which we've developed with Time Out. And anyone who's been to Lisbon, I don't know whether you've been to the Time Out market, it is a fantastic place. I've been a few times now. It's a very authentic food market. So you've actually got a food market where you buy produce to the next door, and then you come into the Time Out food market, and it's all these amazing local chefs, authentic food, all sorts of different types that you can try, and they're really proud that they support up and coming chefs. There's also a bit of a cultural part in the evening there as well. And so the Shorex we've developed, you go to the market, you actually shop for your ingredients. So you really get immersed in the local culture and what is fantastic ingredients to Lisbon. Then you go and do the cooking class, and then you get to get all the advice, develop some amazing food, and then get to sample your creations basically, and enjoy the meal at the end. And you also see some sights around Lisbon, sort of before you're returning to the ship. So yes, this is launched this year. We've got more coming up next year, and there might be some more opportunities in other cities in the future as well. So, but this is I guess I've been really enjoying the experience on here.
Brilliant. And lots of people saying it's such a brilliant idea. Charmaine Lloyd, you've been here. Great choice. That was brilliant. So, brilliant destination expert, and live like a local. I think it's always those little hints and tips that they can bring to life to make sure you truly immerse yourself in a destination. And one of the misconceptions we talked about yesterday was around that authentic travel experience. Some people think that just going on a cruise, you don't get that authenticness, but we absolutely can. And this is living proof of those shore experiences that we can offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are brilliant at working with us as well, and then even enhancing what we've got available. So yes, lots more to come from our partnership with Time Out.
So what's more important on a cruise other than destination? It is, of course, food and drink. And we know it's so important to our guests. And I think a few of our tummies are going to be rumbling as we get towards lunchtime. And we start to look forward to Jose Pizarro joining us for a live cooking later on. But food and drink is just so important to us, isn't it? And let's start with these partners, because these are really interesting. Snowflake Luxury Gelato, then we've got Salcombe Gin that created our Maribel Gin with us, and Tidal Rum that created our Golden Tide with us. What incredible concepts that we've got on board.
Yes, so when we are looking for new products, and we launched some of these, we started working some of these in line with our XL class ship launch, but now sort of rolling back across the fleet in many ways. We look for often up and coming British brands, really authentic, fantastic product credentials, and that's the really important thing. And how can we deliver something that's more unique or distinctive for us with them, and also very shared values. So we're about the same things, and then particularly when we come onto the spirits brands, the sea is a major part of their whole sort of brand proposition, really. On Snowflake, they have an amazing gelato. If you've ever tried some of it, hopefully you'll agree. And we've developed particularly the ice cream afternoon tea. I mean, a lot of the other gelato,
my fave.
A lovely ice cream is great, but the ice cream afternoon tea is something that is so different. So yes, it's keeping room for that on an afternoon, on a cruise day, and really enjoying that. So you can enjoy that in Ripples, but we have Snowflake ice cream across multiple ships. We then, from a spirits brand perspective, for the gin, we're creating our first gin distillery at sea on Iona, and we wanted a British brand that we could work with that could really develop a fantastic product together, and that's where we came with Maribel. So we worked with Salcombe Gin. We created our Maribel gin together. The botanicals of Maribel, inspired by the island of Iona as well for some of the botanicals for Maribel, and they are just a fantastic partner, brilliant product credentials, and yes, if you get a chance, if you're down in Salcombe, etc., they're fantastic to visit and see their distillery and enjoy Maribel on board.
It's so good. The distillery is brilliant. We took our Iona insiders down and did a masterclass. Yeah. And it was just brilliant to do. And then we've rolled out the masterclasses on board as well, haven't we? With Melvin, who is, just incredible at doing those blending and tasting classes for the gin.
Absolutely. So yes, we've got two types. We've got the tasting. So if you just want to, taste some different gins, different sort of flavors, etc., and Melvin will talk you all through that, or you can blend your own as well and do that as a different masterclass. So we've got a couple of options around how you immerse yourself, as well as enjoying a lovely G&T in one of the bars. You can immerse yourself in the whole experience in Anderson's too. And then for Tidal Rum, we wanted a rum brand for the Caribbean. We were launching Arvia. We wanted to have to distill and do rum as well as gin. And again, Tidal Rum were upcoming rum brand based in Jersey. Fantastic products, and really so passionate about the sea, so passionate about botanicals and foraging, and were just wonderful products when we sort of tasted them. And then we worked on our own Golden Tide rum, which has a slightly sweeter profile and a different profile on different perfect serves to their Tidal Rum. If you try their Tidal Rum, their sort of perfect serve is more with your soda water and your lime and sort of a slightly less sweet rum experience. And ours is then the perfect serve with your ginger ale and your samphire, and so a wonderful sort of product. And it's amazing when you're on board, you're in the Caribbean sunshine, and then you're sampling a rum that's made, from our distillery. We do so many bottles from the distillery on board, and then we obviously have some bottles that we sort of bring in from the UK. So yeah, it's a fantastic partnership, and looking forward to seeing what we do next with them, really. But again, it's sort of a year since we launched with them on Arvia. So yeah, still quite a new one for us.
And been very popular. Natalie Hurst, love your rum. It is absolutely delicious. Yeah. I can absolutely vouch for that. And I was lucky enough to go to Jersey and go and forage for the botanicals. So perfect. Forage for the botanicals off of the UK shores, blend that with a Caribbean rum, and you have got a perfect P&O Cruises rum, in my opinion. And a lot of you are agreeing with that. So let's keep the dining theme going through, and we work with incredible experts in their field, just brilliant experts, and we're really proud of our food heroes and our local food heroes, aren't we? What do these guys bring to us that just we couldn't replicate on a land-based holiday?
Yes. So as you said, Steph, we're incredibly proud to work with our food hero partners. And some we've worked with for a long time and some more recent, which I'll sort of headline as we go through. So the reason what they can bring is amazing skills, a brilliant expertise in different types of cuisine as well, and really sort of bring amazing, unique experiences for our guests on board, as well as other experiences outside. Marco, we've worked with for 18 years now, so a long partnership. He is got a presence across all of our fleet. We also have the Cookery Club on Britannia, which Marco works with us on as well. And when he's on board, he'll be doing his cookery classes on there. So whether it's the risotto or some of those, really classic dishes and cuisines, he really delivers fantastically for us. He also loves spending time with the chefs when he's on board. He's always in the kitchens, and he's just wanting to sort of really share his expertise and also work with the fantastic chefs that we have on board. But he absolutely brings that credibility, that amazing experience of quality food for us. We then also work with Ollie Smith. So we have a fantastic partnership with him. He obviously creates the one for our glass house concept. So if any of you have enjoyed a drink of a glass of something in the glass house, yes, I'll see that looks appealing already. I know it's but yeah. So, and the glass house concept is really around making wine accessible to anyone. All of our wines are available by the glass. And you should be able to try wines from lots of different countries. You might have your favourite Sauvignon Blanc or your favourite, Rioja or whatever, but it encourages you, yes, you can enjoy that, but it encourages you to try some different tastes, do some different experiences. And the glass house can really deliver that. And then we also sort of pair it, and we'll come on to talk about Jose later, but pair it with some of Jose's food or tapas food and some great food on the glass house concept. Ollie also works with us on our house wines across the fleet, so has a wider remit than just the glass house. But yeah, and he's, you've done lots of things with him, Steph. He's got an amazing personality. He, lives and breathes P&O Cruises. He's wonderful with the guests on board and doing hosted wine tastings, doing hosted dinners, talks, Q&As, etc. As do all of our, Marco, as I said, does the cookery classes and talks and things and Q&As as well. But yeah, Ollie loves interacting with guests, recommending a wine to try, and just, improving their experience.
Oh, he is just a brilliant man and lovely travel agents. Look out, we might do some more wine tasting evenings like we did last year. So Please do, because he is so absolutely fantastic and he's really passionate about what he does. And I just think with those two those food heroes, celebration night, for example, you go and have a fantastic meal in the main dining restaurant from Marco Pierre White. That's included in the fare. Yes. And then I love sitting in the glass house with a flight of wine, those 3 glasses, so 3 glasses of 100ml wines, and they are just a great way to try something new. So a really brilliant, really brilliant way to enjoy celebration night, or indeed any night on board. Yes. But if you don't just like wine in the glass house, they do serve some great beers as well. My husband is a big fan of a pint of Jolly Ollie.
Oh, yes. I heard that was popular as well.
Very popular.
And the great thing about the partners as well is we often combine them for certain cruises or combine them for certain events. So, for example, earlier in the year, we had Ollie and Gary on at the same time. They both love wine. They both love travel. They both love sort of music, actually. So they had lots in common. So there was some good interactions, and we've got some other pairings of some of our food heroes and local food heroes and partners coming up. So, it's always nice to see how that comes to life as well on board.
Exactly. And then speaking of our local food heroes, I think we've got 3 incredible local food heroes that bring on their authenticity. So when we leave a destination, we don't have to leave the destination once we get on board. We can carry that theme throughout our cruises. And Shivy, queen of contemporary Caribbean cooking, lucky enough to do a cook along with her in the summer. She brings something so different to Arvia, doesn't she? What an incredible local food hero.
Yes. No, she's fantastic. So Shivy brings something completely different to everyone else. We started to work with Shivy ahead of the Avia launch. We wanted that we've got that amazing Caribbean season, and we wanted to get, as you say, the queen of contemporary Caribbean cooking to work with us and develop some recipes. And her menu is in the beach house. We have some fantastic dishes from Shivy in there. But she's so passionate about the Caribbean. She's so passionate about authentic ingredients and how she can bring that to life for us in our beach house proposition on board. And she's also recently been on board Avia for her first cruises as well. She was there for the naming ceremony, but then she's also been on board now and enjoying the whole experience. There's other activities with Shivy. They did sort of sundowner drinks at the Sunset Bar at the back with some food and sort of drinks there, as well as the beach house. So yeah, Shivy brings a different dimension and to us, and we're also now rolling out Shivy's menus on Britannia for this Caribbean season as well, so in the beach house, so you will have opportunities to really sample her food.
That's brilliant. And also the street food at Taste 360 in the Sky Domes, I think. But if you don't want to go to the beach house, you can go and taste it. See if you like that little bit of spice, a little bit of Caribbean flavour by going to Taste 360. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, from the beautiful hot Caribbean to the beautiful, maybe a little bit more chilly Norwegian fjords, we have this fantastic gentleman. Now, you'll say Kjartan is correct, isn't it? Kjartan, yes. Tell us about what he does, because this is very different for us on our Norwegian fjords cruises, isn't it?
Yes. So Charlton started working with us for when we launched Iona and for the fjord season. And Charlton was sort of master chef in Norway. So some of us in the UK might not have heard as much about him, but he is an amazing chef. He has got fantastic credentials, Michelin stars, and he is, one of the biggest chefs in Norway. And what he could really do is bring that authenticity and credibility for this destination and season. So what we do with Charlton and what he's developed with us is a tasting menu for the Epicurean. So this is a tasting menu that you can enjoy. We even source some of the ingredients from Stavanger and from Norway, so on that day, and you're then tasting them in the evening. And it's just a wonderful culinary experience. So again, very popular with our guests. We launched it last year on Iona, and it's just been doing really, really well. We keep this to just the fjord season. This is the authentic local food hero that Charlton is. So yes, again, a different different experience and something that you can enjoy on board in Epicurean.
Yeah, and leaving the fjords, I mean, I've travelled many a time to those beautiful region. You don't go there on a land base, it's perfect to go on a cruise. So to carry that theme through, to get back on board and have that experience is phenomenal. Yes. And look, as we go into our last local food hero, and I already seen some comments to say people are so excited about this afternoon, Jose Pizarro, what authenticity he can offer. But he's got such a passion for knowing his local suppliers, just for knowing exactly where his ingredients come from. Really simple, flavoursome cooking. And I'm sure you're all going to enjoy your cook along later. But what an incredible local food hero for us, Geraldine.
Yes, again, he is just so passionate about food, to your point. He's just amazing flavours, amazing ingredients, and how we can combine those. We have his tapas in the glass house, and he just brings this whole other dimension again to what we can sort of offer on board. I won't talk about him too much because I know you'll see him later and you'll hear more about him. But again, he works brilliantly with our other food heroes as well. He's very well thought of in the industry from his culinary sort of skills, but just the food is delicious. Just look at that, and again, that just tapas is a really lovely type of food to have in the glass house and to have on holiday, and something completely different from an Epicurean or some of our other propositions as well. So, but really, he will radiate enthusiasm. He will draw you in. He's a fantastic host, and yeah, enjoy seeing him cook later.
Yes, I always say I want to lick the screen, won't I, when he's cooking?
We'll all be getting hungry, definitely.
We'll be getting very, very hungry. It's just incredible, his cooking. But look, thank you so much for joining us today, Geraldine. You've really helped. I hope travel agents give us a reaction. Has Geraldine really helped us bring these brand partnerships to life? And, this is about those experiences that our guests can't have on land. They can have them at sea. So we want to bring their expertise on board, and I really hope you've enjoyed this session, and you'll definitely join in with Jose's session later on. So before I give away these vouchers, Geraldine, is there anything you'd like to say to our travel agent partners as they go into our wave period, which is our biggest, period of the year?
Yeah, well, thank you. It's been a pleasure to join you today. Yes, biggest period of the year. I think hopefully today we've brought to life just some of the unique experiences that we bring, and we'll always be looking to evolve our offerings, our partners, and what we can sort of deliver as a brand to make it a really unique experience and holiday experience for our guests. So everything that we can do, we love to hear ideas. We love to also see all the trends and what our guests and customers are looking for. So yes, we'll keep coming up with new ideas and new propositions, and welcome all your support. So thank you very much.
Fabulous. And look, so many comments. Thank you so much. It's been really helpful, and it's going to help you sell more. So that is the aim of the game. And it shows, again, as we talked before, about that great value that P&O Cruises offer. We give brilliant experiences. So much is included. Or if there's some little extras that you want to pay for, it's still really great value. So thank you so much. So can I have a drum roll, Geraldine? That's the last thing I need from you, if that is okay.
I'm going to do a loud one on the table here if I can.
Right, for the £250 Ticketmaster voucher, we have, let me just refresh my notes.
We have going.
Kat Freeman from The Good Travel Agent, and your raffle number was 1570, so congratulations. A Ticketmaster voucher's coming to you. I wonder if you're going to use that to go to a Take That show. Let us know. You don't have to, though. Choice is yours. And for the £250 Great British Pub voucher, we hope myself and Geraldine will be invited for a lovely wine and a meal. We are going to give that to Alicia Sharp from Luxico Holidays. I do hope I've said that right, but your raffle number was 1080. So that was everything for us. Go and have a lovely break, have some lunch, and come back at the biggest afternoon we've got. 3 p.m, Jose Pizarro live cook-along. 4 p.m, we're testing your knowledge of everything you've learned for these last 2 days. And then we've got a final wrap-up of what I hope you've really enjoyed as much as I have. So thank you, Geraldine. Go and have a great day.
Yes, you too. Enjoy this afternoon. Enjoy Jose and Ben as well.
You're more than welcome to come along, but we will see you this afternoon. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.